misturn is causing major problems for a busload of Mexican immigrants from Grand Rapids trying to gain citizenship in the United States. The bus inadvertently ended up on the Ambassador Bridge to Canada, causing dozens of passengers to be detained for hours, and now a lot of them will be forced to go before a judge. Many have been released, but still some are locked up tonight. 24-hour News 8's Consuelo McAvoy shows us what happened through the eyes of a passenger who was on that bus. Consuelo.
Leon, it'd been a long day. A bus packed with adults, children, and senior citizens. They were all headed to the Detroit Mexican Consulate to process their legal documents for citizenship. Then the bus driver missed the exit. One of the women on the bus tells us it was suddenly like nothing she'd ever experienced.
Los del consulado que iban, los del centro hispano no nos decían nada. El chofer.
Neither the council or the people from the Hispanic Center told us we were in any kind of trouble, but we knew we were.
She was on the bus with her 2 kids and her husband. We've agreed to conceal her identity. After they were detained for 12 hours, she and her 2 kids were released. But this woman's husband is still being held in Battle Creek because of the ordeal, locked up because he's had prior run-ins with the law. Marta Gonzalez Cortez is the CEO of the Hispanic Center of West Michigan. She and her staff set up the trips to Detroit. She says they do not ask about whether or not people riding the bus are here legally.
Who do you think is to blame for this kind of situation?
This is a situation clearly of human error.
This woman says she feels like a victim and says this never should have happened.
Para nosotros era.
For us, we felt safe going with them, and it wasn't like that.
Gonzalez Cortez says she fully expects that someone will point the blame at the Hispanic Center.
Once fear subsides, then anger sets in, and so we're prepared to engage.
This woman tells us she is now living in fear, facing the fact that she, along with her family, after living in the U.S. for 9 years, could be deported, something she's not ready to accept.
Pues mis hijos están acostumbrados a estar en este país. No puedo sacarlos de la noche a la mañana.
Well, my children are accustomed to being in this country. I can't take them from one day to the next to a country they don't know, filled with violence. Nothing is respected there. Nothing matters. It's sad.
The Hispanic Center of Western Michigan says they are offering attorneys for families, but not all are taking that opportunity. They say they will continue to advocate for the passengers and are hoping to open discussion about adding a Mexican consulate in Grand Rapids.
Well, Consuelo, thank you. And, the woman brought it up. It's just sad no matter how you look at it. On the one hand, you have to acknowledge that a lot of those folks were here illegally, but at the same time, what about their kids? What about their families? It certainly raises that conversation again.
Yeah, and it was a really emotional day. And speaking to Gonzalez Cortez, she was saying that this kind of issue does bring up that topic, that this is something of concern.
All right. Consuelo, thank you very much.